G'day everyone and welcome to my round 13 AFL fantasy wrap-up video, the second week of the bye rounds. And yeah, my team went really well this week. I scored 1950, which was probably 150 to 200 points above par, to be honest. And yeah, as a result, I moved up the rankings by around 2,500 spots from around 4.6k to 2.1k, which yeah, is just a huge result. And it's nice to see that my team is starting to reach a more respectable ranking now. My goal is probably to finish inside the top 1,000 at least. That's sort of my goal every season, so hopefully I can achieve that. So looking at the team now, I fielded the 20 players this week, but about 16 of them were premiums, which at the end of the day was the key to my team performing really well. And yeah, that just goes to show just how important it is to have a good amount of premiums playing on each bye round, as yeah, they're the ones that drive your score at the end of the day. So now looking back at the trades that I made going into the round, and they were Bailey Smith to Zach Merritt, McCartan to Owens, and Greg Clark up to Josh Kelly. Now, I ended up paying a bit extra for Josh Kelly over Ollie Wines at the end, as yeah, I just thought my team needed another top 8 sort of calibre mid, so I think I made the right decision there. And yeah, those trades were okay. Obviously, I got unlucky with Mitch Owens getting concussed, as did a lot of people this week, but I'm still pretty happy with the Kelly and Merritt moves, even though they weren't amazing this week, but I still think they're both great picks moving forward. So looking back at the defenders now, Jack Crisp, 111. He had a big first half, which set up his score, and yeah, he's probably having a career best season, Jack Crisp. Sam Doherty, 135. He's just been huge for my team over the last few weeks, Doherty, and yeah, I'm just so glad that I own him, and I'd be doing everything I can to bring him in if you don't have him. Jack Sinclair, 105. He's turned out to be another great pick for me in defence over the last couple of weeks. Jack Sinclair is as reliable as they come, and he has a great kick-to-handball ratio, which is yeah, just great for fantasy as well. And yeah, he's just been an awesome pick so far, Jack Sinclair. George Hewitt, 87. Not a massive game from Hewitt this week, but he's still going really well, so there's no dramas there. James Sicily, 100. He just gets the job done each week, Sicily. He continues to be as reliable as ever. Kadeem Coleman, 94. He was fantastic. He took 9 marks and was one of the Lions' best players in that game, I think. But as he has the bye now, though, I'll probably still look to upgrade him this week. But yeah, he's been a very, very serviceable pick for me, Kadeem Coleman, so well done to him. On to the midfield now. Clayton Oliver, 146. He had a monster 92-point first half to set up this score, and yeah, whenever he doesn't get tagged, he just goes enormous so far this year, and yeah, he's definitely taken his fantasy game to another level this season, that's for sure. Lachie Neale, 127. Similar to Oliver, he just racks it up whenever he isn't being tagged, and yeah, he just continues to deliver the goods, does Lachie Neale. Andy Brayshaw, who I had as my VC this week, so I took his massive score of 141 as captain, and yeah, what more can you say? He's just an absolute machine, this guy, and he's now averaging 118 for the season, which yeah, is just huge and has far exceeded anyone's expectations, I would have thought. Josh Kelly, who I brought in this week, 95. He was getting tagged heavily right throughout that game, so to finish on 95 was a solid effort in the end, so I'm happy with him. He has a nice run of games coming up, so he should still be pretty good moving forward. Zach Merritt, 88. Would have loved a bit more from him, obviously, after bringing him in this week, but yeah, I'm not as concerned about this score as a few others seem to be. I still think he'll be a nice pick moving forward, and yeah, he's also got a nice run of games coming up as well. Tom Green, 104. It was nice to see him hit triple figures this week, Tom Green. He definitely made the most of a favourable matchup this week, but yeah, he is still one for me that I'll definitely need to move on once the buys are done and dusted. Mitch Owens, 11. Unlucky for the many of us that brought him in this week after he was ruled out early with concussion, but yeah, as I had 20 playing this week, his score fortunately dropped off for me, which was nice. On to the rucks now. Max Gawn, 67. He looked really sore throughout that game. He spent plenty of time off the ground, which was not ideal. He's definitely been carrying some sort of niggling injury all season, I think, Max Gawn, but hopefully he is right to go after his bye. Darcy Cameron, 85. He was solid enough once again, Darcy Cameron, so no issues there. On to the forwards now. Will Brodie, 86. He was okay. 86 is still a very decent score, but perhaps he has been slightly impacted by Fife coming back into the team. There's definitely been a lot of commentary around that this week, and yeah, with his bye now, I actually don't think it is a bad idea at all to trade him out this week, and yeah, he's actually one that I'm also looking to trade out this week, Will Brodie, and I still think he'll be pretty good moving forward, but yeah, I just think this week might be a nice week to look to upgrade him to a kind of elite sort of premium. Stephen Cornelio, 130. Safe to say that he's back now, Cogs. He is spending a lot more time around the ball and he's still kicking goals as well. So, yeah, if you don't have him, I'd definitely look to bring him in at his current price. Daniel Rioli, 65. I can't expect too much more than this from Rioli. I definitely should have traded him out a while ago now. And, yeah, he is definitely a priority for me to trade out once the buys are over. Sam Butler, 43. He was okay. He's not a great scorer, but during the buys, you just have to cop these sort of scores. And Marcus Windhager, 39. He was pretty disappointing, but his score dropped off for me. So yeah, that was how my team went this week. A big score of 1950, which is definitely nice, and it's always nice to post a big score during a buy round as well, and it definitely helps you improve up the rankings, which I saw this week. But yeah, I definitely needed that big round though, as my team does look a bit shaky going into round 14. I definitely will be limping to field the 18 this week, and a lot of my big gun premiums are out missing this week. So yeah, definitely a much needed score of 1950 this round. So now I'll talk through what my current trade plans are at this stage heading into round 14, and yeah, it's a bit of a tough one this week. There's plenty of different options and scenarios that I am considering at the moment, but at this stage what I'm most likely to do is, yeah, first of all I'm going to look to downgrade Sam de Koning. Even though he's playing this week, I just need that extra cash, so what I'll do there is I'll trade out de Koning and I'll look to bring in a basement price rookie this week. Hopefully someone is named there who has already had their buy, so at this stage, I'll just bring in Elijah Hollins for now, even though he's unlikely to be named. Yeah, hopefully someone at that 190k price will be named this week for me. So, yeah, that leaves me with plenty of cash on the back of the 250k that I already had in the bank last week. So, yeah, then I'll look to make some big upgrades now. That first upgrade I look to do is, yeah, trade out Kadeen Coleman this week, who I've always been planning to trade out this week on his buy round. And then I'll look to bring in a defender who I've always wanted in my team all season long, and yeah, that's Tommy Stewart, and yeah, he has the Eagles this week, so yeah, definitely instant reward you would think coming this week. So yeah, I'll bring in Tommy Stewart. Hopefully he's all okay coming off that concussion, but yeah, that doesn't worry me too much, and yeah, I've always wanted Tommy Stewart in my team, so I'll bring him in for Kadeen Coleman there. Now that leaves me with still enough cash to make another upgrade this week. It won't be a rookie, but yeah, someone who I mentioned before in the video, Will Brodie, is someone I'm looking to upgrade this week. So, yeah, then I'll trade out Will Brodie and I'll look to bring in a premium midfielder for him. So, I'll swap Robbie McComb to the forwards. Then, yeah, that opens a midfield spot up for me. So, then I'll trade out Will Brodie. And, yeah, who I'm looking to bring in this week is Took Miller. Now, I could bring in someone like Roy Laird, but I think I'll pocket that extra 40k and bring in Took Miller, who is probably a top 8 midfielder, and yeah, he has some nice matchups in the run home too, as well, and yeah, so he's someone I'm pretty keen on this week, Took Miller. So I'll bring him in there now. So then those trades will be one downgrade and a couple of sort of mini upgrades. Will Brodie to a premium midfielder and Kadeen Coleman to a top 6 defender. So those are the trades that I'm looking to make at this stage of the week now. We'll look at how the team shapes up heading into round 14, and yeah, it's a bit of a tricky week for me. I should field 18, I think, but a lot of my rookies that I have are a bit questionable whether or not they get named this week. So yeah, I could field around 18, perhaps 17. Hopefully I can get to the 18, but yeah, what concerns me a little bit is a lot of my big premiums are missing this week. Obviously the midfielders, I got Lockie Neal, Brayshaw and Oliver, probably my 3 best midfielders, all missing this week, which is definitely going to hurt. In the rucks we have Gawn and Cameron obviously missing, and in the defenders Crispin Sicily. So there's a lot of premiums that I'm missing this week, which is definitely going to hurt. Now with those trades that I made, I still have 14 or so premiums, which is not too bad. I'd obviously love a bit more. And yeah, the other sort of thing I'm contemplating this week is perhaps even sideways trading free premiums. Now, that might seem crazy, but yeah, obviously I'm just worried about the lack of premiums I have this week. So it's unlikely, but that is also an option for me to get to 15 premiums this week. But yeah, at the moment I'm rolling with 14 premiums and yeah, perhaps fielding 17 or 18 this week. At the best case, it would be 20, but yeah, that's unlikely with some rookies probably getting dropped. So that's how my team looks heading into round 14. So that's all for today's video, guys. Thanks again for watching, and as always, it would be much appreciated if you could like, comment, subscribe. Comment down below how your team's going, where you're ranked, what sort of trades you're looking to make this week. I'm definitely keen to hear how everyone's going, and yeah, I'm also happy to offer a second opinion on any trade plans you may have. So yeah, feel free to leave a comment down below, and yeah, thanks again for watching, guys, and good luck in round 14.